Hi, it's Greg Koinman here, and today I'm going to present some unrealized designs from the Netherlands. The first one we can see on the right is an alternative design from the 1800s for the ducat or trade gold. And here's an alternative design for the silver rider. As you can see, the proposed idea was to write vrij door de wet, which means free under the law. And this obviously was never accepted. And here we have a early design for a 5 guilder. It's from 1873. It was never made, but we have an 1877 10 guilder gold coin on the side. And here was the proposed obverse, where we can see Willem III, King of the Netherlands. And this is the other side of the coin, the 10 guilder coin I just showed, where you can see that there's an additional text, God is with us, God zij met ons, and then King Willem III. Now we go a little bit forward in time. Just before the king died, they proposed to make a new 5-cent coin. This was a very, very simple design, and it was never accepted. This was the design that was used. Now, after the king died, Wilhelmina became the queen, but she was too young, so there was an interim period where we had Queen Emma, and this is from approximately 1901, 1902, the date is a bit unclear, but this was an alternative design for the 5 cent. This design was again never accepted. And here is another alternative design in 1904. Eventually, they come up with some designs that are used in 1907, 8, and 9. But because of the size, they were very similar to the quarter at avondkwartje. And that was abandoned. And eventually, they started making square coins. But let's continue. Here is another design from 1904. We have the wheat, we have a possible hole, or at least there was the potential of making a hole, but this again was never used. And here we have a very interesting one. Here they actually try to make a square hole, possibly inspired by some cash coins from China. And do note the big rim here. We will see that again in the coins that were made in 1907. Here we have a 10-cent coin. They seem to be very happy with the whole idea. This is again from 1901 to 3. There is no date on it. And here we have some very beautiful designs for a 5 guilder coin from 1912. We can see here the orange from the royal family, the family of Orange. Beautiful style. Unfortunately enough, it was never used, but I can show you how the 5 guilder coin actually looked in 1912. And here we have a 1 guilder design from 1928. We can see Queen Wilhelmina in an hermelijn robe. Quite a beautiful design. And it's a pity it was never used. But if we look at Holland in 1928, then this was an alternative design, and it was a very important year for the Netherlands. If we look at the style here, we can see that The lettering is actually late Jugendstil, although the Jugendstil was passed for, I don't know, at least 12 years. But they were still playing around with that kind of lettering. Now, the reason why it was so important was because it's the year where the Olympic Games were in the Netherlands, and here is an Olympic medal from 1928. This is how the actual coin looked like in 1928. A very beautiful portrait of the Queen, and otherwise a very traditional coin. You have the weapon and you have the domination, and that's it. Well, this is only part of all the things I digged up in the National Archives and by the Dutch National Bank, and I have a lot more. But I'm currently waiting to get permission from the copyright holders, and that's a long process. But I will be back with a lot more stuff from the Netherlands. If you like this, please subscribe and share. And if you have any questions or comments, then please leave them below and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you very much for watching.